Well, good morning. Hello everybody. It is Sharon Wilson from Stampin with Sharon, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in Australia. It is Friday, Fun Friday with Sharon today, and I am wanting to show you I'm actually a couple of minutes early today, which is a bit surprising. I'm a bit more organised, which is nice. I wanted to show you and share with you the Santa Express Memories and More cards and the card and envelope packs. So I want to show you how we can put together some really quick and simple Christmas cards if you need to sort of churn out quite a few really quickly. So I thought I would sorry, I just wanted to double check I was actually live, panic mode. I just wanted to show you how it's easy to put together really quick Christmas cards. Sometimes you're short on time, short on supplies, and I wanted to show you something really quick and simple that you can make today. And I think I've got about 20 cards that I'm hoping to put together in our short amount of time that we have. And so let me see, where are they? I might just show you my computer screen and you can actually see the products that we're going to be using. So let me just figure that one out. There we go. So this is the Santa. So I've just searched for Santa Express in my online store, and we've got the Santa Express Memories and More card pack, and you've also got the Santa Express Memories and More cards and envelopes. So we're going to be working with these two today, with a couple of little embellishments. I want to show you a sneak peek of a couple of products as well. If you love this suite, it's a good chance you can actually buy it as a suite collection. It's $188. But right now, if you want, you were looking at ordering that one. Right now until the end of October, it is a fabulous Starter Plus promotion, which means that you can actually purchase the starter kit, and you can put in $283 worth of product into your starter kit, your build your own adventure starter kit, as I like to call it, and you can add that into your kit and only pay $169. So it's a really fabulous deal, and yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't just jump at that opportunity, because not just you get $283 worth of product for $169. You also get to have a discount on all of your future purchases. And I think that in itself is a fabulous reason to join Stampin' Up and be a demonstrator. And then you get 20% discount on all of your future crafting supplies. So, hey, why not? But I thought we would get started and we can have a look at the cards that I have prepared. Morning, Amanda, how are you? I'm actually taking a lot of inspiration or copying quite a few ideas from Ronda Wade, from Todman, and I think it's Andy McKay overseas. So the other demonstrators over the other side of the world. But I've used a lot of their designs and I've changed them slightly for me. So yeah, let's just have a look and see what we have got today. So these are the cards and envelopes. I've shown you on the screen, on the computer screen, what we've actually got for the cards. So these are the cards and envelopes. I've already got them all prepped, as you can see. I'm hoping to be able to get through 20 of them, but we will see how we go with time. Starting early might have helped. So I hope you're all having a lovely week. So this first one, so the cards and envelopes, they all come already pre-scored, pre-printed, and so some of them I'm going to use the outside, some of them I'm going to use the inside. So it's a matter of just changing them up the way you want it to be. So I've got one of the other cards and I'm just going to flip that one over and stick that one down there. So let's start with doing that. Hey, it helps if you take the little plastic bit off the top of your seal. Let's get started. It's obviously a brand new one, so but it's a beautiful day here in Sydney today. Make sure you're sticking down the right way, though it doesn't really matter at this point. But once you get your image on there, you want to make sure you're sticking it down straight. And so I've got a piece of Poppy Parade cardstock, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I was going to look at putting a couple of little things on there. So on the original design, it actually has Santa on there, but I'm going to change it, and I want to show you this new stamp set that is a pre-release, and it's actually only for a limited time. It's called the Framed and Festive stamp set, and I'm actually going to use this one for my sentiment this morning. So we might go see if we can use Noel. I think that one's going to fit. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go Noel, and then I'll add some ribbon to it. So as I go, I'm just going to change things up a bit. Oh, raining again in me. Oh, that's not so good. I hope you can get time to craft then. Rain is helpful when you want to just sit in your craft room and just play. All right, so I'm going to stamp the Noel. I haven't got grid paper today. I didn't bring any grid paper. Maybe I should have. That's all right. I'm just going to wing it. So last night I just went, I need to, because when I finish my live, I've got to head out really quickly because I've got a meeting. And so I thought, let's do something really, really quick and easy. So I thought I'd pull out my Memories and More cards. I don't think I want that one. I think I'll go a bit of tinsel and get stuck into some really quick Christmas cards. So as I said, I've got about 20. So let's see how I fare with getting that many done today. It's quite, I don't know whether I'll get it done, but I wonder if I brought my other scissors over. Nope. Oh. All of my scissors need a bit of sharpening, I think. I have so many of them, but so I keep chopping and changing to which ones I'm using. All right, so I'm just pulling out my dimensionals, and I'm just going to pop this up on dimensionals. But these are, yeah, I'm just adding what I have. So I've got a few ribbons out that I'm using, but you obviously don't need to add ribbons. You can just make them plain, use whatever you have with these cards. But I've just thought, well, I want to whack out quite a few Christmas cards in a short amount of time. So, and look, the envelope's pretty because you've got, on the inside you've got the stripes, and then you've got a beautiful place to write as well. So, all right, so card number 1 done. Let's go. So I've got all my instructions beside me as well to prompt me of what I'm actually doing. I thought that was probably a wise thing to do. So this one I'm actually going to use the dotted side, and I've got a piece of acetate. So this actually comes in the Memories and More cards as well. So you've got a bit of acetate, and I've also got I've actually used the, what are they, contour dies? Is that what they are? Scallop contours. So I've used these dies, just the second scallop. So I'll show you the products as I go as well. Now with the acetate, that's always a bit trickier to hold down because you want to make sure that it's actually, you don't really see the adhesive too much. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab some mini glue dots. I put my box of stamp dimensionals down. Here we go. Because I have my mini glue dots in here as well from previous kits. There we go. And I'm just going to put the mini glue dots, if I can pick one up. There we go. Underneath the letters. because that way you hopefully won't see them and it'll keep it down flat. Yeah. So if you've bought kits in the past, you probably have some mini glue dots left over, so you can just utilise them. I think that's probably enough. So let me just pull them off. It's not good when they don't want to come off. Oh, all right. I'll see you later, Amanda. Hope you have a good day. All right. So I'm just going to stick that straight down. Straight over the top. And I'm going to tie on a bit of, I'm just going to tie a bow just with the glittered organdy ribbon. And I'm just going to stick that down with a glue dot as well. And then so the other things that you get in your Memories and More cards is you get little embellishments and adhesive stickers. So what I'm going to do, so we've got a little bit of a snowflake there, so I'm going to try and pop that out gently and carefully. And I should have grabbed my red blends, but I didn't. So we're going to use, wow. I want to be very careful, obviously, because I don't want them to break. There we go. I think take your pick tool is probably your best friend at this point in time. I might poke it through the other way. There we go. So I have my Poppy Parade ink, and all I'm going to do is actually just tap that on there, and I've got some red. I think blends would probably be really good at this point, just because it probably takes a bit of time to dry. I haven't colored these in before, but I am just going with the flow right now. So I might put a little one over here. I'm going to put it down straight onto the acetate in the hopes that I can actually just pick it up and put it straight down, and then it can dry. There we go. So another really quick card. So that was the acetate sheet, which is pretty cool. All right, card 2 done. Let's move them out of the way for the moment. Card number 3. So we're going to use the polka dots again. And I'm also going to stick that up the top. This one is a piece of Evening Evergreen. And then if we get our little stickers out, we can stick that down on top. And then just another little bow. Just another little bow, and we're just going to stick that one there. Again with my glue dots. So glue dots come in very, very handy. And I'm just going to put up on dimensionals as well. There you go, card number 3. So card number 4 is a very Santa card. And we're just going to use the red side. So I'm doing lots of reds first up, and then we'll flip over to some green. So we're going to have another acetate sheet. Now this one, because we're actually going to cover up a fair bit of the centre, hopefully this is going to work, where I'm going to just put some adhesive right in the centre. And we have a piece of white, basic white, and that is 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. So these cards, I'm talking inches, I'm talking inches today, because the cards are, this card is 3 by 4 inches. The acetate sheet and the other cards are actually 4 by 6. So card photo size. So this one, I want dimensionals. With this one, I'm going to pull out, I've got some brown blends that I brought over. I'm actually going to use some brown blends. Because in our little sheets, we have, I'm going to do Holly Jolly, I think. I think that will work. Yeah. Let's do Holly Jolly. There's these chip wood elements. They're a nice little touch that you can add to your cards, and you can just leave them as is. Don't forget the little, I don't know what it's called above the thing, but it's, you can't forget that bit. I actually think I might leave them as is, just do wood. And I'm just going to put a few dots of Tombow. I don't know if you saw my post earlier this week. I've made 290 Christmas cards for 2 customers, 150 for one and 140 for another. And I had lots of Tombow, empty Tombows that were sort of, well, not quite empty, but we're getting empty. We're getting close. And so I literally just kept cutting them open and using a little scraper just to get out the excess ink from these. So I'd actually cut it right here, and then I'd actually just scrape it all out, scrape out the rest of the glue. So there was a bit less wastage. Bit more time consuming, but you know what, I felt I just needed to use the extra glue. I just felt like I needed to use the extra glue. Now this one, I'm actually just gonna put a little dot there and try and get it on top. There we go. Cool. So there you go, and we can just let that one dry, and that's our next one. All right. This one we're going to green. So green's got the two different ones. So they've got like a little paint splatter and then just a plain. So we're going to use the paint splatter one. And on the inside you've got the little polka dots, which is fun. So this one I've got, so the sheet that we used for this one, I've actually just cut it down. And so I think it was like 1.5 inches. So 2.5 inches. That's what it is. That's 2.5 inches by 6. And I'm just going to trim that, stick that down just there. And then I've got another piece of Poppy Parade. That's 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. Again, I'm talking inches. And dimensionals again. I do like it, just adds that little bit of extra interest, I think, when you put things up on dimensionals. So just pop it right in the center. And then our little adhesive sheets, there's a little holly, all the berries. So I'm just going to pop that one just there. And then I might do a bit of tinsel. How will that go? Nope, I'm going to just tie a knot, I think. I'm just going to tie a knot, or actually maybe, can I feed that through? I don't think I can. No. That's okay. Do you know what? I'm going to leave it as is. I'm going to leave it like that. All right, so that's card number, I don't know. I've lost count. All right, this one's a fairly quick and simple one. So I'm just going to stick that one down. Let's just switch to some Tombow. So really, really simple. That's simple. That's simple right there, isn't it? So I might go ho ho holidays. No. Happy Christmas. No. So this is one of the sticky sheets, and then the other one. Nah, let's just leave it as is. Let's just leave it as a quick simple card. There we go. That's how you're going to get through all the cards. So let me just have a quick count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I've done 6. All right. Let's go with this one. So again, we've got another acetate sheet that I'm just going to stick down. And just use a bit of Tombow in the centre. That might be a bit easier. It's going to give us a bit of wiggle room. And then hopefully it will stick well. So just a bit of Tombow, some dimensionals, I do like this card. And then I'm just going to stick a tree right there. And I'm just going to put some glue dots on one side. And I'm just going to trim down a dimensional. There you go. I think that's pretty cute. That's a nice sweet card. I like that one. I do have my favourites. And then I still have, so these dies were the, where are they? These ones. They're the spruced up outline dies. I hear a truck coming again, same time as last week, it feels like. And I suspect it's an order, it's a delivery for me, so I will have to just sign for a quick delivery again.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. Thanks very much. Thank you. Sorry, I'm back again. So I'm just going to stick this one down just on the red side. And again, I've got my card there. Oh, I actually wanted to, sorry. I'm just going to tie a bit of ribbon around it first. Sorry, that was a bit of a mistake. I ran ahead, didn't think about the fact that I want to do some ribbon. So if you're just joining me, I'm using the Santa Express Memories and More cards and envelopes and the card pack. So it's a great, easy, quick way to make a whole lot of cards in a short amount of time. And I think I've made about 7 or 8 cards now since we started. So I'm trying to be pretty quick to show you how you can make them fairly quickly. And obviously you don't have to go as quick as I am. And you can change it up and do what you need to. But I've got some, this is the Real Red ruffled ribbon. But I am using Poppy Parade. But that's okay. And so then I've got a piece of 4 1/4 by 3 1/4 cardstock with Poppy Parade. And just a quick, easy way to make lots and lots of cards in a short amount of time. So I'll use dimensionals on this one. I tied the ribbon a bit too high or too low. That's right. So another one. And then this green one, I've used the, where is it? That one. I actually made a bit of a mistake with this last night. So I've used the Whimsical Woodland 3D embossing folder. Oops, just there. But when I ran it through, I actually damaged it slightly because it wasn't quite straight and it sort of hit the side of my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So word to the wise, just try and make sure it's straight before it goes through. Otherwise it gets a bit sad. Alright, so that's the embossed piece of card. It's quite nice. I like this one. Had a bit of a smudge on this side, so we'll stick this side down and make sure it's the correct way up. And again, just stick it down. No muss, no fuss. A lot of these cards really do, you can just do really quick things and throw them together. They're still lovely. And then if you want to, you can add some embellishments, you can add some more ribbon, you can add some, rhinestones or what have you. But a lot of the time, I think the cards can sit quite well on their own. Alright, so here's a change up. I'm actually using Bermuda Bay on this one. So this one, so the first few were actually inspired by Ronda Wade over in the US. This one is Fun Time Stampin'. And so what I have, I'm actually going to use the inside of the card base. So I'm going to have the green on the inside. I'm using Bermuda Bay with the Whimsical Woodland embossing folder. Oh, I want to tie a bit of tinsel around, so that's not going to fit. That's not going to work because it's going to be too wide. So let's change that up and let's go with some ribbon, this ribbon instead. Sorry, make sure I'm on the screen. I can't get this ribbon right. Let's go with a knot. I'm not able to tie a bow right now with this one. That's a lot of wastage of ribbon. Let's see if we can utilise that. There we go. Let's do that. And then I've got a piece of mint macaron that I'm just going to stick the card down to. Just like that. I think I might slide that underneath actually and just stick it straight down flat. There we go. And then I might use these little wood bits again. See if I can get out the other way. And just a couple little glue dots. certainly have my little favourites of the cards, these little cards. So again, another quick simple one. That's a bit stepped up, obviously, because you've got the embossing folder and the ribbon, but I think you can see how you can actually create some pretty quick, simple cards. All right, what's my next one? I think this is a really simple one. Oh, whoops, sorry. Now, because we've actually used the inside, I've got a piece of basic white as well that I'm just going to stick on the inside, so you can write on it. And the size of this, I've actually just used an A4 piece of cardstock, so I've cut it down to 10 centimeters by 14.85. So yeah, so it's not as big as it probably should be, but that's okay. And so again, I've got another one that's just really, really simple. Let me see what I've got next to you. But I'm going to wrap around a bit of ribbon. And I'm going to use the inside of the actual card. And so I need an insert for it. Now I look like I've tied it upside down, because I have. So I'm just going to flip that around. Let's move that back over. There we go. That's a bit better. Then my insert. And I think it's a bit of whimsy when you have a bit of colour on the inside of your card. Alright, next one. Flying through these ones. Again, an insert, so I'll just stick that one straight down now while I think of it. And then I have this one. Which one was that one? Hang on. Oh, I may have made up my own. Oh no, there it is. No, that's not it. Oh no. Yes, no, that one. Okay. Don't mind me, I know what I'm doing, I honestly do. After a bit. I'm just going to stick that one down. And then in the centre of this one, I'm going to bring in my stamps again. And I think I might do Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. And I'm going to go with Poppy Parade. So have yourself a merry little Christmas. This one. It's really quiet on the comments today. And a bit on the side. All right, another one down. Ooh. How many have I got? I've got 2, 4, 6, 8 left to go. So I've done 12. All right, we're going to use the inside again. I think. Oh, actually, no, I don't think we were. Hang on. This one. Yes, I was. No, I was going to use the inside. So this one, now, I've actually trimmed down. Oh, yeah, I think I want to trim this card down a bit. So I'm going to trim this card down. Because I want it to go from top to bottom, but I don't really have, the card's obviously a bit wider. So I really want to just chop it down to about, it's down to 4 inches. So just chop them both down at the same time. And then this is going to be probably a bit, oops, a bit too big. So I need to chop that one down as well. Hopefully it's taken the little smudge off that I just noticed. Oh, I think it did. There you go. There was a little smudge right in the top corner. Oh, I can see it slightly. No one else is going to notice. Just me. All right, so we'll stick this one down. So these colours, it's looking like... Oh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what colour it is actually. Now, my friend Amanda showed me a really good little tip the other day, which is if you line this up, you can actually line up that way, and so you've actually got a good edge right there. I hadn't actually ever thought about using it, but yeah, thanks Amanda for that tip. That was a really cool tip the other day that you showed. But obviously I chopped the card a bit too wonky, so let's just trim that little bit down. Oops. There goes something. Oh, it was my instructions and everything. Sorry, got them back. And then what I've got is, so this Merry Christmas card, I've actually cut this ever so slightly down. I've just cut off 2 2/16 or something. I don't know. I've cut off a really I'll cut off a smidge. I've cut off a smidge. You might need to figure that one out. But I cut a smidge off just so we can get a bit of a border. And I've done that on a couple of little cards, as you'll see as we go through. So these cards were inspired by Todman. So her designs originally. And what little stickers do I have? So I got a little Santa. I could stick my little Santa on. That's what she's done. Or I can leave it as is. I'll stick the little Santa on. But I'll put a dimensional on the beard just so that it can pop up a tiny bit and support itself. There we go. So that's another one done. This one. Oh, this one's a simple one. So just the polka dot side. And we're just going to do the little choo-choo train. And then go ho ho holidays. I'll pull them all out once I finish them all. So this one, again, this tree sheet I've actually trimmed it down slightly. So I think it's an 1/8 of an inch I've cut down. I think that's what it is. But I don't mind the colour. I think I feel like it's petal pink that I'm sticking it down to. And then that's just going to go in the centre. And that's pretty much all I was going to do with that one. It's all Pip's done. But I am using the cards and envelopes, so I actually like that. It's very, very simple. Very simple, but I think I really like it. Just trimming down the card slightly works a treat. Alright, another one. Card base. A little stripey. And then again, I've trimmed it down so that I can utilise the cards. And just because I don't use the ones with the lines very much, so I just wanted to utilise these a bit so that they, yeah, basically so I could utilise them. So you can purchase these Memories and More cards and the envelope pack, and you can make 20 cards really quickly. So let me just, I've got to remind myself how much they are. So the Memories and More, I'll just go back to there. So the Memories and More cards, the card pack is 21, and the cards and envelopes are $19.25, so you got what, $40, a bit over $40. So basically $2 a card, and that's really good. I think that's a really good price. So let's go back to overhead again. That's me. All right, let's keep working. So yeah, you're looking at about $40, a bit over $40. So I don't know, if you add in some embellishments and stuff, I don't know, $50, $55 maybe max. That's probably over. So this one, let me see. I think the green might be a bit too much on this one. Ooh, do I do green? Oh, let's just do it. So again, Memories and More card base. That's a layer. And then this one, I'm just going to off-center them. Just going to off-center them a bit. And pop them up. There you go. Really simple. 3 left. Can I do it? Yeah, these are going to be simple ones. So you can step them up as I did with the first lot, first few cards. And then you can you start speeding up a bit and do some other ones. So I'm just going to stick that there. Maybe I can tie a bow with this little bit. I'll see. It's probably a bit too short. I think it is. It's a bit too short. That's okay. Just some dimensionals. Yeah, you don't need too much on these cards at all. You let the cards do the work for you. So I've stamped what? Twice? So very, very simple again. And another pretty quick card. And I might actually bring in, so I had my little tree. So I'm going to use that this time. And just get a bit of Tombow. Come on. You don't want to use too much because then it sort of splays out the edges. So you really just want to do a few dots here and there. And I'm just going to put that there. Just like that. Another one. And again, I've actually trimmed that down, the card down a bit, so I can get the stripes in the background. So I think this is 20 cards, so there's a few more minutes. So just really simple, again, very simple. I've got a few more minutes, so I want to just show you something else really quickly. So because you have so many cards still left over, the other thing you can do is grab a pack of note cards and envelopes, and you can actually stick create your cards this way as well. So this one, I want to do some adhesive on there, and I'm just going to use the corner just like that. So this is a good way to use up some cards as well. And then I want to do the same in this corner. Just adds a bit of extra interest. And then you can stick it down whichever way you'd like, whether you use dimensionals or not. And so then you've got another little card that you can use to send. Again, just these ones are really, really quick, and they're literally just put some glue on the back and stick them down, and you've got some extra cards. And so this one is similar to the other one, but without the extra layer. And so this is the beauty of the Memories and More cards. You can literally just glue some stuff down really quick and you're done. So this would be good for kids. kids can actually make these. Grab a pack of note cards and envelopes. Another one of these. And you've created a whole mass of cards, especially when you've got all the cards to do for if your kids are giving out Christmas cards. All right, so here we go. How many have we got? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and 26. 26 cards in under an hour, using the Memories and More cards and envelopes, and then I also grabbed the note cards from the basic white note cards and envelopes, the small ones. So that's the Memories and More cards and envelopes. If you'd like to purchase them, it would be lovely for you to purchase them. And if you do purchase these these cards and envelopes and the note card, the card pack, I will send you extra pieces of cardstock free to go with it. So I'll send you the piece of cardstock, the embossed pieces. So where's that one? Somewhere there. I'll send you a couple of these embossed sheets. I'll send you a bit of twine and ribbon, and I'll send them to you free of charge, for free, so you can actually create these cards yourself. I hope you enjoyed the class. I hope you enjoyed the cards that I've just shown you how to make, and I hope I've inspired you to get creating and making your Christmas cards so that you can send them out, because I think we need to bring Christmas back properly with sending cards in the mail, because I think it's a lovely thing that you can do to send cards to friends and family when you're at Christmas time, to help them know that you've actually thought about them. And so thank you for joining me today. I will see you again next week. Next week I've got my craft retreat, so I'm hoping that I will be able to go live. Otherwise it may be pre-recorded, but we will see how we go, and I look forward to chatting to you soon. Bye for now.